You say slow down. I don't like to move too fast. It drowns the truth with things that are not real, and I really.
This is part 14 of the Craftsman Emerson Generation 2 Drill Press Set Rebuild series. If you haven't seen part 13, click the link at the top of the screen. In this video, we're going to be using Paint Stripper to strip some paint. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff and welcome to my shop. We got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. All right, so the first thing we're going to work on here is getting some of these dents and bends out of this belt cover. We aren't going to have to use the paint stripper on the belt cover because, as you can see, the Simple Green did a fantastic job of removing the paint from this belt cover, unlike the other belt cover. But this belt cover has quite a few dents and bends in it that not sure exactly how it got all messed up like this, but we'll get it back to something close to an approximation of the original state it was in. I'm not a metal worker, so trying to remove some of these bends and stuff is not my forte. Next, we're going to modify it because the pivot shaft that we fabricated in the previous video is a little bit larger than the holes in the belt cover and in the guard plate. So we've got to open those holes up a little bit. So I used a 1/4-inch rod for that pivot shaft, and I believe the original was 3/16 of an inch, but in any case, I opened those up to 9/32. And we're going to do the same with the guard plate, just like we did in the previous video. Now, this guard plate did not have those threaded inserts. So if I had made the pivot shaft out of 3/16 inch stock, it probably would have fit just fine, but no big deal. This way, both the drill presses mirror each other. And as previously stated, since we did use a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on that guard plate, we're going to need to clean that with some Simple Green later on. So this is the paint stripper I'm going to be using. It's Citristrip. It's good stuff. I mean, it's non-toxic, and it has an odor, but it's not a super strong odor. And what we're going to do is we're just going to coat all these parts that have paint on them and then wrap them in plastic and then let them sit for 24 hours and then come back and remove the paint stripper with water and a brush. And we're doing this basically just to determine which is the best method or the most effective method. You know, does hitting this stuff with a wire wheel work as fast and require the same amount of energy and time expended, or is this a better step? This is obviously a lot more messy. So that is the base, obviously, and we coated both the underside and the top side. This is the head casting. So I've used this Citristrip numerous times and I've had, varied results. Honestly, I believe it really comes down to just how resilient the paint is. And this Craftsman gray that they used on a lot of the Emerson models I'd say 70% of the time it is extremely resilient. And the rest of the time it'll just come off like that belt cover. No rhyme or reason to it. And this is the table. I really don't care about the underside, but that's where most of the paint is. So that's what we're going to apply the stripper to, and to that outside edge of the table. And I'm just using, some generic saran wrap to do this. And the whole purpose of the plastic is to keep keep air from getting to the paint stripper so that the paint stripper can continue to work. Because if it dries up, it won't work. So this is the motor mounting assembly. And the guard plate. And then we have the capacitor cover for the motor. And then these are the end shields for the motor. And we're going to let this stuff sit for about 24 hours. Then we'll come back, remove the plastic wrap, and get to cleaning them. So 24 hours later, and we're going to remove the plastic wrap. So I would say that if you're going to do this, it's best to just remove the plastic wrap from one item, clean it off, and then move on to the next one and do it that way rather than how I'm doing it. Removing all of the plastic wrap at the same time, I guess it's economy of time here, but at the same time, if I leave the plastic wrap on there and it takes me an hour to clean up the other stuff, that's another hour that this paint stripper gets to work on these parts. Or if something comes up and I have to leave or whatever, at least the paint stripper would continue to work on the parts that still had the plastic on them. So this is the capacitor cover, and I'm just hitting it with a wire brush and using some water. And you can see that it stripped the paint off of these parts pretty good, pretty damn good. This is the guard plate. And then this is the motor mounting assembly, and not so much there. These are the motor end shields or end bells or end frames, depending on which manual and which motor we're talking about. They go by a lot of different names. This one didn't remove all of the paint, but the second one, pretty much all the paint came off of it. Yeah, that one turned out good. So for these bigger pieces, I took them outside and I'm going to use a pressure washer on them. And it the paint stripper did a really good job. I mean, most of the paint is coming off of all of these parts. Now, I had to get a little bit more aggressive with the pressure washer here to really get down to bare metal. But they cleaned up really well. So I would say that it doesn't get it down to the same level of bare metal that you get with the wire brush or the wire wheel. But I think it's good enough for paint, priming and painting. So, you know, I guess it really comes down to what you're going to want to get involved with. These parts here, I'm not going to come back and wire wheel them later. So as we strip off this paint stripper, that's the level of stripping that they're going to get, with the exception of two of the parts that we already looked at, which is one of the motor end shields and that motor mount assembly. Those two pieces have got too much paint on them still. But all these other pieces, no issues. So because I don't want to take a chance of painting them and then having some paint stripper left on them somewhere, I'm going to re-soak these parts in simple green for a couple of hours. And that should make sure that there's nothing left on these parts. Then we'll pull them out and we'll rinse them off and then we'll dry them. And I guess you could avoid that step, you know, if you did a really good job of rinsing them and cleaning them, but yeah, nothing sucks worse than painting a part and then realizing that the paint's not sticking. So I'm not going to take any chances. As I say all the time, with painting, preparation is the key. But you can see just how stripped down, for instance, this head casting is. I mean, it's almost bare metal. A couple of areas where there's some paint left in the texture of the casting. And these are the end shields again. Guard plate. Motor mount assembly. Capacitor cover and the base. And yeah. So that one end shield kind of in the center of the screen and that motor mount assembly, those two pieces right there, they are going to need some additional attention. And that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. As always, I appreciate the support and I will see you next time.